And a very good evening to everyone as we welcome you once again for the second night in a row back here to the East Alton Ice Arena. And the second night in a row, we're going to bring you some Collinsville Kahok hockey as they get ready to take on the East Alton Wood River Oilers. Say that 5 times real fast. All right, so Collinsville coming into this thing 0-6-1. Craig Duffy is their head coach. East Alton Wood River, they come in at 0-7. James Mitchell is their head coach. The Cahoks are coming off of a 7-4 loss last night to Bethalto. Bethalto was just here just a moment ago, by the way. They beat Triad tonight 10-3, so the Bethalto Eagles keep on rolling right along. They are now 7-1 on the year, 8-1 on the year, and they outshot us last night 40-25. They outshot Triad tonight 45-21. And you remember last night, Jackson Albright had 5 goals against Collinsville. He had 7 goals against Triad tonight, so Bethalto apparently is no joke. All right, so told you about the 5 goals by Albright. Cahoks got goals from senior Nolan Duffy and junior Owen Stennett, while senior Trevor Parker picked up a couple of goals. Collinsville failed on 5 power play chances in that loss last night, including 2 chances at 5-on-3. Albeit one of those opportunities was only 15 seconds in length. The other one was 45 seconds. And as I mentioned, the shots on goal went 40-25 in favor of Bethalto. East Alton Wood River, the Oilers, just like Collinsville, looking for their first win on the season. Oilers are being outscored by their opponents 44-8 so far this year, and are coming off an 11-2 loss last night to Columbia at the RP Lumber Center. The closest East Alton Wood River has come to a win was in their second game of the season against O'Fallon at the McCringer Ruckplex, a 4-3 Panther win. The Oilers, by the way, tied that game halfway through the third period and were on their way to picking up a point in a 3-3 tie versus the 2-time Cup runners-up over the last 2 seasons. But O'Fallon's Malachi Otero spoiled that with the game-winning goal with just 1 second remaining. All right, this would be, if we had one of really insignificance, would be the LC's Pub pregame show. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street, 618-855-9007. We have one break coming your way. Hockey comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the East Alton Ice Arena. My name is Todd Duke. Brad Clough, Kyle Fleisch took the night off. He works outside during the daylight hours, and it was a little gloomy and misty and nasty outside today. So he came home feeling a little bit under the weather, so he told me he's going to eat some dinner, take some NyQuil, and go to bed. So we hope to have him back here 1 week from tonight when we are back here against the Edwardsville Tigers. Here are your starters. We'll begin with East Alton Wood Rivers. Your wingers, is Cohen Mitchell on the right side, Daniel Welburn on the left side. Your defenseman is Landon Bohmkamp and Logan Prater, and your centerman is Owen Timmons, who had 2 games in the 11-2 loss last night. And in goal is DJ Freeman for Collinsville. The wingers, Ben Klein on the left side, Nolan Duffy on the right side, Jace Ferry and Carter Simmons are your defensemen. Trevor Parker, who had a couple of goals last night for Collinsville, is your centerman, and back in goal for the second night in a row is Ezra Fryman. We'll give you some goalie numbers here as we move along. Collinsville, once again, is the visiting team. So once again, they are dressed in all black. They got some white and gray and purple trimmed along the bottom parts of those jerseys. And the East Alton Wood River Oilers, they are out there in gray uniforms. They've got the little oil tower logo on the front in yellow. Their numbers are also in yellow, and I'm glad because yellow is the number that I went with. Here is Cohen Mitchell over in the far corner. He'll put one that goes right through the crease, but it never did touch the ice. And then a turnaround shot by Wellborn was saved there by Fryman, and that'll stop the clock with 13:03 left to play here in this opening period. Numbers for the goalies. This is the 7th game played by DJ Freeman for East Alton Wood River. He has all 7 losses absorbed. He's the only goalie that's gotten any minutes so far on the year. He's given up 44 goals. He's made 330-something saves. And there's a goal by Frederick. Ethan Frederick comes on. And right off the bat, East Alton Wood River are ahead 1-0 with 12:55 left to play here in this first period. So that's not what we wanted to see. Freeman with a 5.50 goals against average and a save percentage right around 88% for Fryman. This is going to be his 5th game played, 167 minutes, 112 shots he's faced. He's given up 21 goals, made 91 saves, 5.28 goals against average, and an 8.13 save percentage. Leading goal scorer for Collinsville is Evan Sutton with his 4 goals, but Nolan Duffy with that goal last night, now 1 goal behind him with 3. Leading goal scorer for East Alton Wood River is Owen Timmons. Those 2 goals last night has gotten him up to 6. After that, man, you've got Landon Bohmkamp and Caleb Solomon with 1 goal each, and those are your 3 goal scorers so far for East Alton Wood River. So it would behoove Collinsville to pick up their first win here tonight against a team that's really struggling and really not scoring many goals on the year. 6 goals, a couple of assists. That's it for them. Collinsville with their 4 goals last night, now with 15 goals on the year. So Collinsville has the advantage in that department, and the faceoff will come to the left there of Freeman. Collinsville wins it, kind of bounces around for a little bit. There's a shot on goal, and that one by Dylan Shoemaker, who has the jersey with the masking tape on the number on the back of it. That one comes back into the zone, but it would have been offside. Collinsville had to get out. And then off of the backboards, off of the sideboards over there on the far side, East Alton Wood River comes in. That shot goes well wide, stick side of Fryman, but it comes around for Owen Timmons. Timmons over in the far side corner, skates it out of there, off of the boards, back to the defense at the blue line, goes back to Timmons. Sutton tried to bother me a little bit, but he got past Sutton, and here's Timmons once again. He'll take an off-angle shot, and somehow or another that goes in off of the shoulder of Fryman. And all of a sudden, East Alton Wood River has a goal, and that would be the 7th goal of the year for Timmons. And apparently his girlfriend is in the crowd. She just screamed out, "That's my boyfriend!" 2-0 now in favor of East Alton Wood River. This is not the start that Collinsville needed coming into this contest, that's for sure. Both of these teams looking for their first win, and Collinsville playing a game of chase right off of the bat. So Timmons with his 7th goal of the year. And the goal scored by Ethan Frederick was his first of the year. And here comes Collinsville trying to catch up to this game. Here is Duffy. Duffy slides the puck, that was Klein sliding the puck to Duffy. Now Klein comes up with it once again, skates around in the corner, puts on the brakes, comes back the other way, looking for a little bit of help, finds it in the form of Trevor Parker. It goes floating through the high slot, but no one there to get there and get that puck except for East Alton Wood River. Collinsville, they get a turnover at the center ice circle and send it back behind the Oilers net. Oilers try to get it out. That's off of some skates. Those skates belong to Klein. Klein trying to chase it down. Parker gets there before him. It comes to Klein. Klein from the corner. Back behind the net once again to Simmons. And there's a shot. Save. Jace Ferry keeps on fighting for it. Nolan Duffy now with it back behind the net. And Collinsville did everything there but score. And here is Duffy once again. Duffy will go into this near side corner. He'll slide it back over to the other side. 10:25 left to play here in this opening period. Already 2-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Collinsville looking dangerous, though. There's a shot, and then a fan on it by Klein. And the Oilers come up with it, and they race up with a 3-on-2 opportunity. Here's Timmons once again with a shot. That goes high and wide over on the far side post. Duffy, he finds the rebound all the way over here by us, and he'll skate it back over into this near side corner. Duffy then we'll send it up into the neutral zone, right off of the stick of Klein. That would be Samuel Klein. And East Alton Wood River comes up with it. They'll send it all the way back down the ice, and giving it a chase is going to be Kitstein, but he needs to not worry about that, as that is going to be an icing call against the Oilers, and it'll stop the clock with 9:49 left to play here in this opening period. Collinsville out shooting East Alton Wood River 4-3 so far here in this period, but the most important numbers up on the scoreboard is the 2-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Faceoff will come out to the left of Freeman. And Collinsville will send that one back over to the corner, but the Oilers are the ones that get there first after that. Here is Frederick once again, that is not Frederick, that is Logan Quigley. And that goes off of the boards right in front of the Collinsville bench, and the puck eventually will fall into the bench, and that'll stop play with 9:36 left to go here in period number 1. Our last game of the week, a shortened week due to the Thanksgiving holiday. We hope everybody out there has a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday and hope your plans go accordingly. We'll be back in action 1 week from tonight right here at this rink, same time against Edwardsville. There's a shot, and that one's swallowed up by Freeman off of the stick of Evan Sutton. Sutton looking for his team-leading 5th goal, the junior is. That'll stop the clock with 9:22 left to play here in this opening period. Both teams want to make wholesale player changes, so referees will hold things up just a bit, let them do that. Face-off this time will come to the right of Freeman, and it's going to be Mosby. That's who it looks like anyway. And it is. Collinsville has that puck skate behind the net. Here is Ethan Lewis. Lewis will take it off of the boards to Kitstein. Kitstein had to come pitch in from his defensive spot, but that spot being vacated, that's where the puck ended up. And here comes Mitchell. Mitchell had that puck stolen right off of his stick by Sutton. Sutton sends it back into the neutral zone. Collinsville, they have a possible 2-on-1 opportunity, but Timmons, he takes care of that puck himself and brings it up himself. And then we'll slow it down at the back line and then shoot it over to the boards. And that one's knocked out of there by Showmaker. Showmaker gets it up to Lewis. Lewis sends it all the way back down, and he'll go play a little give and chase there and almost gets taken out of the play. Over on the far side dasher boards, Lewis will bank it off of those boards once again. No one back there for Collinsville to corral that puck, so it finds one of the Oiler players, and the Oilers send it up through the neutral zone. That's picked up by Kitstein. Kitstein will race over toward Fryman, send it back to the blue line. That was partially blocked. Collinsville will bank it off the glass, and that'll be an icing call against the Kahawks, and that'll bring the faceoff all the way back down to the other end with 8:19 left to play here in this opening period. 2-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Collinsville out shooting the Oilers right now 5-3, but they have yet to find the back of the net. Faceoff will come out to the right of Fryman. Trevor Parker in the faceoff circle. And he'll win it, bank it off the boards, and then up the boards it comes off of the stick of Carter Simmons, but didn't get very far, and there's a puck that just kind of finds its way to Fryman, and he'll cover it up. That'll stop the clock with 8:11 left to play here in the opening period. Last game for Collinsville this week as well, so they'll get some time off for the Thanksgiving holiday. That one's banked off of the high glass, and then Prater trying to wrestle it away from Parker, and that wrestling match is still going on. Rowe finally gets it. He'll send one toward the net, but that goes wide over on the far side post, comes all the way back over to Ferry. Ferry banks it off the boards, goes back to the neutral zone. Collinsville trying to wrestle it away. Duffy wasn't successful in that endeavor, as picking the puck up was Bohmkamp. And now a loose puck right at the red line and shot back into the Collinsville zone by the Oilers. Ferry almost lost the handle on it. Gets it up to Duffy. Nolan circles with it, gets it back to Kittstein. Kittstein tries to bank it off the boards and get it back into the neutral zone, but that's a battle and a half going down there for that puck, and finally Simmons will get a hold of it. Simmons will skate around over in this near side corner, tap one up to Duffy. Duffy, he'll then find his teammate Klein over on the far side. Ben Klein skates in with it, loses the puck for a moment, sends it back to the blue line. No one there to help keep it in, so it comes out to the neutral zone. Here is Duffy again. Duffy will send one that'll be taken care of off of the pads of Freeman. Wasn't on goal, but it was close enough that Freeman felt like he had to do something with it. Here once again are the Kahawks. They'll throw one in front. No one there, though. David Hurd will go up and get that puck. And back behind the net it goes. Off-balance shot or an off-angle shot. Doesn't find its mark. Bodies go flying. And the puck comes squeaking out the other side. Here is Nolan Duffy. He'll get the puck back to Kittstein. Kittstein sends it back over to Duffy, or at least tried to, but that was blocked out by Timmons. Collinsville tried to keep it in. Kittstein almost did with that stick reach, but couldn't quite find it. Just mentioned David Hearn on the ice. His dad, Jerry, the one running the camera for us tonight, so we appreciate his help. And here is Mitchell for East Alton Wood River. They'll send the puck up, and that one will go right underneath the pad, but luckily for Collinsville, it went wide of the near side post where Fryman was sitting. Collinsville trying to get it out of there. Now the puck just kind of stuck, and then it comes off the boards, bounces over the stick of Frederick, and then back into the Oilers zone. Collinsville trying to chase it down. That's unsuccessful. Oilers get a hold of it. Frederick, in particular, will bank it off the board to Timmons. Timmons, already with a goal here tonight, banks that one off the backboards behind Fryman. And Collinsville tries to work it up ice once again. A high hoister will end up being tipped into the Collinsville bench off of the hands of Elijah Yukna. 5:47 left to play here in this opening period. Score remains 2-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Collinsville, though, out shooting the Oilers 7-4. And the puck will travel over here into this near side corner. Kittstein will get the puck up to Lewis. Lewis lost it in his skates, but there to save his bacon was Mosby. Mosby trying to carry it through the zone. He finally got a hold of it right before he made himself offside. Now Lewis trying to chase the puck down. He does, over into this near side corner. And then Kittstein shoots one, but that had too much air underneath it and never was on goal in the first place. It goes flying over into the corner. And the Oilers take control from there. They bring it up. Here is Timmons once again. Timmons gets kind of stopped there by Kittstein. And then over into this near side corner it goes. Kittstein once again trying to get it up now and can't. And a shot that goes wide. Comes all the way out the other side. It's going to go into the neutral zone right past the Collinsville bench. Kahawks bring it up. Oh, man. Almost getting past everybody was Shoemaker, but he just missed the mark and couldn't continue. And then Simmons will send one in from just about the red line. That was right on goal, though. And Kittstein will find the rebound. He'll send it right around that bend over here on this near side corner. Collinsville pops it back into the neutral zone. Oilers got players all over the place in there, so they have to wait for him to retreat. They do so. Here is Frederick. He'll poke it into the zone over on the far side, right by the blue line. Collinsville then gets a hold of it, and the Kahawks will bring it up. Parker got that puck ripped right off of his stick. Goes to Klein. Klein can't control it. Collinsville finally does, and Parker will send it back to Ferry. Ferry works it back up, trying to find Klein, but that puck just jumped over his stick. Klein doesn't give up, and backhand shot on goal. That ends up going right into the glove of DJ Freeman. So the Kahawks, after giving up 2 early goals, have kind of settled things down here a little bit. But they still trail 2-0 with 4:09 left to play here in this opening period, and the clock guy has not started the clock yet. We've already played probably a good 10 seconds. That clock still says 4:09. Excuse me for my sniffles. Got to start the clock. We're going to be here all night. That puck goes in. I don't know how, but Fryman gave up one of those, excuse me, I didn't mean to goals, and it is now a 3-0 lead. And Elijah Rowe will score that one for East Alton Wood River. Well, clock still says 4:09, but that would have been under 3 minutes if the clock operator would have turned the clock back on. But at any rate, the goal still counts. And Collinsville has a bigger hill to climb now. They better start pumping in some goals or they will be not chasing anymore. Into the corner it goes. Simmons, he'll round it around the back of the net. Over to Ferry. Back over to this near side corner. They'll get the puck up onto the stick of Samuel Klein. Klein finds Kitstein. Kitstein tries to come in. He was taken out from behind by Logan Prater. And there was no call there. And now a loose puck in front. And a fine job on a try there by Sam Klein. But he did everything but score. Man, he was point blank. Couldn't find the back of the net either. Here is Timmons once again. He'll put one into the high slot on a centering pass. And then that puck will go through the legs of just about everybody at center ice. Trying to get there to get it is Kitstein. He can't. Here is Klein. Klein will send it over into the boards back behind the bench. David Hearn will come in and throw his body weight around there and try to take one of those guys out, but the puck comes out. And here comes Timmons, and once again he winds up from about center ice. Couldn't find a shot right to the goal, so it ends up going a little wide over on the near side post. A centering pass. That kind of missed the mark, but still ends up finding one of the Oilers' sticks, and the Oilers are still dangerous with it. That one goes high over the glove side of Fryman. Into the corner it goes, and here comes Kitstein. Kitstein sends it up, but intercepted there. And now a loose puck over here in the corner. Once again, Kitstein will come in. He'll take the puck up the boards, and he'll find Samuel Klein. Back into the neutral zone we go. 2:40 left to play here in this opening period. Collinsville is going for a line change. Almost got caught with too many men on the ice. Here is Kitstein. Kitstein, he'll wind up and take a shot. Blocker save over on the stick side by Freeman. There is Lewis with it. Lewis will send it back behind the Oilers' net. Into the corner it goes for Mosby. Mosby will send it all the way back over to where it came from. And then the Oilers will punch it on out of there. They'll go race it down unless that's going to be an icing call, and that's exactly what it is. And that will stop the clock with 2:15 left to play here in this opening period. 3-0 in favor of the Oilers. Collinsville out shooting East Alton Wood River, though, 10-3. Is that what it says now? Oh, 10-6, excuse me. Face-off won by the Oilers. Over into the corner it goes. Collinsville will get there, though, and strip the puck away in front. An opportunity there for Schumacher, but he couldn't pull the trigger on it, so he'll send it to the blue line for Kitstein. Back behind the net once again is Ethan Lewis. He'll send it back up the boards to Kitstein. Kitstein sends it into the corner for Schumacher. Up front, shot. That was blocked out by his own man. Mosby shot the puck, but Lewis couldn't get out of the way of it. Hit him on the backside, and out the other way will go. That puck will bank off the boards and go all the way down the ice back behind the Collinsville goal. Around the other side we go. Here is Ethan Lewis. Lewis throws it up. Here is Schumacher. Schumacher. Collinsville had a 2-on-1 opportunity, but a nice job there on the defensive side by Prater to keep Schumacher from getting anything done. There's a chance at a shot, but whiffing on it was Mosby, and now we're going to have a penalty called. And this one, somebody's stick went flying up in the air, that's for sure. Collinsville was on the offensive side, so this is going to go against East Alton Wood River. And it's going to go against Rowe. So the Kahawks will get their first power play opportunity of the night. Last night they went 0 for 5. And if anyone was in need of a power play goal, it is the Collinsville Kahawks. 1:27 left to play here in this opening period. 3-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Back to the blue line it goes. And unable to, nice job keeping it in. There is a shot by Ferry. And up front, unable to get that rebound was Benjamin Klein. And then a steal there by Parker. Parker shoves it up front. Klein tries to score. He can't. Has to deal with a goalie who was on the ground. Comes all the way back to Ferry. Jace Ferry back at the blue line will send a high hoister up there. That's a bouncing puck, and Freeman was lucky that it bounced right to him instead of over his shoulder and in. That'll stop the clock with 1 minute to go. 1:33 left in the power play opportunity here for Collinsville. Face-off will come over here to this near side face-off circle. It'll be Trevor Parker who will take it, win it for Collinsville. Nolan Duffy with a shot, but I believe that hit one of the Oilers players, and the Oilers will just jump the puck back over into the neutral zone. Sutton finds it first, and now Sutton having a hard time getting it. It's poked into the zone, but nothing but Oilers back there. Back to the blue line, unable to get it out. Here is Klein. Klein, far side face-off circle, backhand. That one didn't find anything in particular, and it ends up being a backhander by the Oilers back into the Collinsville zone. Here is Ferry. Ferry banks it off the boards, but he put it behind Trevor Parker. I know that was his intended target. So Mitchell will come up with it, but that's off of the skates of Duffy. Back over toward the blue line, far side, shot taken, glove save, Freeman. 21 seconds left to go here in this first period. 54 seconds left in the man advantage here for Collinsville, who I believe are still looking for their first power play goal of the year. Face-off this time will be in the far dot to the right of Freeman. Won by Parker, but then some skates got in the way, so back to the blue line it goes. Sutton will send one all the way around the boards, off of the high glass. Comes out the other side, and we're going to have a whistle on the play. I believe that one might have hit the net and came back in. That'll stop the clock with 13.6 seconds left to play here in this opening period. 3 goals by the Oilers. And this face-off will come into neutral ice with 13.6 left to play. Collinsville will win the face-off. And here is Trevor Parker. Parker had 2 goals last night, looking for some help. Kitstein, that was not a direct pass to him, so he had to play it off his skates. Throws one at the goal anyway. Stays in front, and the Oilers will punch it on out of there as time expires. 3-0 in favor of the Oilers. We have a timeout, and we're back with second period action right after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the East Alton Ice Arena. My name is Todd Duke. Jerry Hearn on the camera for us tonight. No Brad Kopfleisch. He's a little under the weather, so we hope he is feeling better. So, first period belonged to East Alton Wood River. 3 goals in that period by the Oilers, and they have a 3-0 lead. Collinsville still has 33 seconds left to go on the man advantage, and the Oilers owned that first period, so how about we turn the tables here and have Collinsville own the second period. Face-off at center ice between Timmons and Simmons, and it is won by Timmons, and he'll head into the Collinsville zone, but we switched ends of the ice. Collinsville will bring it back over here to the left. Into the Oilers zone it goes, and at the blue line, there is Jace Ferry. Ferry almost lost a blade on the skate there, and he'll take care of it over here on the point. Sends it over to the other point. Up along the boards it goes to Timmons once again. Back to Simmons. Simmons with a shot. That one's off the post. That one got through everyone, but the post saved Freeman this time. Another shot. That one is blocked up front by Frederick and almost blocked it into his own goal. And then Frederick, he'll wrestle the puck down, and the power play now is over. Collinsville unable to score a power play goal to get this first goal of the game in the books for him. 13:15 to play here in period number 2, so still plenty of time to get on the board, but you got to stop the bleeding first, and that just didn't happen. Timmons again And a puck just kind of hanging out right there in the blue paint. And Timmons knew exactly what to do with it. He was right there with the backhander and put that one in. And now it's a 4-0 lead in favor of East Alton. Things are not going well here for Collinsville. So the Kahawks are in a big hole. So Timmons already has 2 goals here tonight. He now has 8 on the year. There's Freeman. He'll just cover it up and take a chance on the faceoff right down there near him. Collinsville, since 2015, is 10-2 versus East Alton Wood River. Craig Duffy, in his 4 years, is 3-1. 2 programs only met 1 time last season. Collinsville won that game at 10-0. The last win for the Oilers was in 2023, a 4-1 win, the only meeting that season. So Collinsville will have some work to do. There's a shot on goal, but Freeman was already down there hugging that near side post, and that's exactly where it went. Here is Kitstein. He gets pitched up against the boards. A little puck battle going on there. Comes back to the blue line. Shot toward the goal. Blocked out by Freeman. And Collinsville, they get a gift turnover. Sutton gets it. He'll send it into this near side corner for Duffy. Duffy, he centers it, but no one home in the slot for the Kahawks. So the Oilers will break it back out, and they'll send it in from across the other side of the red line, but the referee waves off icing. I don't know why. That wasn't touched by anyone. Kitstein tried to knock it down with a high stick, but he never did touch it. And now we're going to have a holding call coming up against East Alton once again. This one's going to belong to Talon Blumenstock. So Collinsville is going to go on another power play here, and it would behoove them to get a goal here. I know that's probably an understatement. 11:55 left to play here in this second period, so we are not even at the halfway point of this game yet. Collinsville already into that mode where they feel like they have got to score. Face off over here on this near side dot. One by Collinsville. Sutton, he'll try to send one to the net, but that's blocked out by the skates of Simmons, and now Simmons will look to bring it up ice and put it a little shorty in the net if he can. I know that right now the Oilers are just trying to waste some time, but Simmons is going to try to shoot it. That was ripped off by Schumacher on a great play, and the Kahawks bring it up. Here is Sutton. Sutton will shoot and swallowed up by Freeman. Freeman's on his game tonight, that's for sure. Collinsville, 19 shots on goal, but nothing to show for it. Oilers, 7 shots on goal, and 4 of those have gone in. Face off once again over here on this near side dot. Collinsville trying to keep it in. Jace Ferry does. Banks it up off the boards. Here is Mosby. Mosby sends it up to Schumacher. Schumacher will send it back over to Mosby. Mosby back to Schumacher. They'll play catch for a while. Back over to Mosby. Mosby now back behind the net to Schumacher in the spot that Mosby just occupied. He'll bank it off the boards to Ferry. Ferry trying to get around. That was a play right there. Schumacher in front trying to find Lewis. That puck tipped off of somebody and went up too high. Lewis couldn't get a shot off. And then the puck will come down and it'll find the stick of Timmons. 1 minute left to go in the Kahawk power play. Comes up against the boards. Unable to keep it in was Mosby. Ferry finds it. He comes through the neutral zone, over the red line, over the blue line. High slot, shot, and a save by Freeman once again. Loose puck. Ferry will find it once again, over into the near side corner. Collinsville trying to work this power play. Here is Klein. Klein to Mosby. Mosby, he partially whiffed on that shot, but Collinsville will go back and get it. And then Ethan Lewis whiffed on a pass, but it finds Kitstein. Kitstein off of the boards to Mosby. Mosby back over to Kitstein. Kitstein does a nice job keeping that puck in. Timmons almost took it away. 25 seconds left to go in the Kahawk power play. Puck up against the boards. Comes back from Mosby. Mosby sends it over to the far side for Klein. Klein shot out front. No good. And Timmons will find the rebound, and he'll send it all the way down. And that one is on goal. And Collinsville about to squander another opportunity here on the power play, as this power play is just about over. Here come the Kahawks. Skating into the zone is Sutton. Sutton will send it back to the blue line. Shot. That one goes wide. 9:40 left to go here in the second period. Power play is now over, so Collinsville 0 for 2 with the man advantage. Here is Kitzstein. Kitzstein goes back behind the Oilers net. Over into the far side corner he goes. He'll send one up front, and a loose puck swallowed up there by Freeman. Kahawks scoring woes continuing here tonight. 0 for 2 on the power play, 21 shots on goal, nothing to show for it. That one goes right into the glove of DJ Freeman. He's the big reason why Collinsville does not have a goal tonight. Face off in the far side dot, won by the Kahawks. They try to keep it in that dot and can't do it. That'll squirt all the way out. Sutton is going to try and race it down, and Blumenstock coming right behind him. He'll send it up the boards, Will Sutton, but it's intercepted there, and into the goal it goes. Wow. Logan Quinley makes it a 5-0 game in favor of the Oilers. I got to tell you, folks, I didn't see this coming. I know how much East Alton Wood River has been struggling. I mean, so have the Kahawks. But I figured this would get the Kahawks right back on the right path. But so far, it has not done that. 5-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Quigley down under, scores a goal. Collinsville trying to get one in the net here and feel good about themselves and maybe start a comeback. Here's an opportunity. Collinsville just cannot find it, man. That puck was loose in front, and a backhand shot or a backhand try by Klein just didn't find the mark, and Freeman has been all over it tonight. Oilers coming off an 11-2 loss last night to O'Fallon. And that one comes back to the red line. Nice job keeping it in there by Sutton. Gets the puck up to Lewis. Lewis with a shot, smothered once again by Freeman. That'll stop the clock with 9:03 left to play here. Kahawks are out shooting the Oilers 26-8. Just can't find the back of the net. And the Oilers have scored 5 goals on their 8 shots, so they're over 50% as far as their goals against their shots on goals. Collinsville 0 for 26, man. Tough times for the old Kahawk hockey team. Here is Timmons. He'll send it back into the blue line, and through the neutral zone it'll eventually go back over to Jace Ferry. Ferry puts on a nice little move there. Some good stick handling. That one will score it out of the zone. Timmons will shoot it back in. Offside, though, so everybody had to vacate. Collinsville, it allows them enough time to find the puck, and here is Ferry. Ferry whiffed on the try, trying to pass it back over to the far side corner, and then it will make its way over there anyway, but after an opportunity once again here by East Alton Wood River right in front of Fryman. And now we're going to have a whistle on the play. Believe me, that's not Fryman in goal anymore. That's Miles Hayden, so Fryman got pulled probably in the second period, I'm guessing, or in the after the end of the first period. That'd be my guess. I didn't notice that until just now. We'll find out for sure when all the stats come out, probably a week later. 8:20 left to play here in this second period. All Oilers tonight, man, so far anyway. And we are fast approaching the halfway mark of this game. When we get to the 7-minute mark, it will be the halfway point. Right now, we are approaching the 8-minute mark. 8 minutes left to play. That puck goes back behind the net to Prater. Prater will send it up. Collinsville with a shot over there. That was a nice try by Kitzstein. Loose puck out front. Nobody wanted to get there at first. And then Timmons will come out with it. Timmons, he'll fly up the left side. Being shadowed there, and he'll try to take it back around behind the net and come out the other side, but he didn't take the puck with him. That was the only fault with that little maneuver there. Battle for the puck up against the boards. Comes out. And a nice interception job there by Simmons. And that puck will make its way back into the neutral zone. 7.5 to go here in this second period. Swept back into the zone all the way down to the end dasher boards. Jace Ferry will track it down from there, and then a turnover on a pass, trying to find Mosby. And then a battle for it over on the far side. Up against the boards it goes. Over into the near side corner. Kitstein finds it, tries to send it up to Schumacher, but that never made it. That one hit the skates of Prater and stayed right where it was. Collinsville, they'll get the puck again, off some skates again. Here is Mosby. Mosby, into the neutral zone it goes. Collinsville trying to track the puck down, but Timmons finds it first. Timmons with a high shot from the blue line, and that one is covered up by Miles Hayden. 6:47 left to play here in this second period, so we are at the halfway point now. Collinsville, 5 goals down with a half a game left to go. Face off, far side, into the Collinsville end. Kahawks win that one. They'll send it around the boards, and Klein trying to get there. He does. They'll send the puck on up to Duffy. Duffy, a little 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot and a swallowed up puck once again by DJ Freeman. He's made, this just doesn't include last night's game that they lost 11-2. Going into last night's game, Freeman has made 326 saves. Collinsville as a team coming into last night's game made 144. So I'm telling you what, this Freeman kid, he's pretty good. He just gets peppered. And there's a shot, and that was a wide open near side of the net, but Klein just missed it a little bit wide over here on this near side post. Here is Parker. Parker with it in the faceoff dot. Tries to sneak it through into the slot. That didn't work. Klein finds it. He'll take a shot. That one goes wide near side post this time. And Sutton couldn't keep it in the zone. And here comes Blumenstock. He'll bring it on up. Parker trying to wrestle it away. Into the corner they go. Blumenstock stays with it until that's poked off of his stick by Duffy. Collinsville, they have a 2-on-none break. Sutton with a shot. That one's off the post, man. Oh, man, you just can't buy a goal right now, the K-Hawks can't. 2 posts they've hit here tonight. That one's popped up in the air. Lewis puts it down on his stick. Backhand shot. That's off a skate. Back behind the net it goes. Here is Parker. Parker. All the way around to the top of the faceoff circle. Sends it over to the near side circle. That is Sutton that has it. 5:15 to play here in this second period. Here is Kitstein. Kitstein throws one back over here to this side for Sutton. Sutton with a shot right into the glove of Freeman. 30th shot on goal tonight for Collinsville, and nothing to show for it. They have 20 more shots on goal than do the Oilers, but the Oilers have the 5-0 lead. Collinsville 0 for 2 on the power play. They've hit 2 posts tonight. They're trying real hard to score a goal, but they just can't right now. Loose puck picked up by Timmons. Timmons will skate around with it, go back behind his own net. 5 minutes to go here in period number 2. Timmons through the neutral zone, finds a teammate. That would be Solomon. Solomon gets taken down at the blue line, but his buddy Bohmkamp there to find it. And then Collinsville will lodge that puck free. Off of the glass for Benjamin Kitstein. Back through the neutral zone and over the red line, but Timmons will find it. Timmons trying to do a little stick movement there to get past everybody. Can't get it done. Puck will go over into the near side corner. Got 3 K-Hawks over there and 1 Oiler over there, and the Oiler fan keeps it down into the zone. Around the other far side it goes. Back to the blue line. Collinsville unable to get it out. And now they will. K-Hawks, another opportunity here, 2-on-2. Here is Kitstein. Kitstein, a little toe drag. Brings it over into the near side corner. Banks it off the dasher boards over to the far side now. He'll find the other Kitstein. It's Kitstein and Kitstein out there right now. Benjamin and Anthony. Anthony lost the puck, though. Sutton trying to keep it in. He does. Sutton comes away with it and trying to find a slot to shoot from. No luck there. And the puck still with Sutton until he has that one dislodged. And Collinsville, nice job keeping it in there by Mosby. Here's David Hearn going back behind the net. He gets tripped up, no call. And off of the referee, that one goes to Mosby. Mosby with a backhand shot over to Hearn. Hearn still on his knees over on the far side, having a hard time getting up, Hearn is. And now he finally does. He was a little bit injured in last night's game as well. And Hearn is trying to get the referee's attention to whistle a play dead as he is having a real hard time getting off the ice over there. We had a couple of buddies come over and help him out. And David Hearn, a little injury last night where he had a hard time getting off the ice. This one a little tougher. And he finally gets some help to the bench. I believe that he might have lost a skate blade, because the referee just came over and handed it to Craig Duffy, so that's what the problem was. That's why he couldn't get off the ice. He wasn't hurt. He just lost a skate blade. He just lost a skate blade. Yeah, broke his skate. So that's a bad opportunity there, because he was over there all by himself. And he wanted to play the puck. He just couldn't. So glad he's not hurt. And it was just a equipment malfunction. Over to the far side corner it goes. 3 minutes left to go here in this second period. 3 goals in the first by the Oilers, 2 so far here in the second. Collinsville can't find the back of the net at all. And that's going to be an icing call, so the faceoff will come all the way down by Miles Hayden once again. And the clock stopped with 2:49 left to play here in this second period. Face-off won by the Oilers, but they lose the puck. Ends up finding the stick of Carter Simmons. Collinsville will get it up here to Duffy. Duffy comes in, takes an angle, and tries to put a shot on, but that's shoved aside by Freeman. I think that was on goal. Not sure what happened, unless he just lost the puck going backhand to forehand there. Over into the far side corner it goes. Collinsville with a chance, and a misfire there by Nolan Duffy. That one jumped right over his stick. Collinsville finds it. Here is Ferry from the blue line. He'll take a shot. That's off of a body. I believe that was off of Quigley. Into the far side corner it goes. Collinsville doing a nice job trying to keep it in there. And then it'll come loose, and the Oilers will make it out, but they didn't take the puck with them. Into the neutral zone it goes. Here is Duffy. He'll bank it off the glass, then go play some chase. Collinsville making a wholesale line change over there, so no one down there to help him out. Ferry, he'll go chase this one down back in the Collinsville zone. He'll put on the brakes and do a little spinorama, and then he'll fire the puck up ice, trying to spring Kitstein on a breakaway, but that went right under his stick, and that's going to be an icing call against Collinsville. I'll tell you what, man, Ben Kitstein, if that would have connected on his stick, he would have had a surefire breakaway. Who knows what would have happened, but it would have been nice to see. 1:35 left to play here in period number 2. All Oilers so far here tonight. 3 goals in the first, 2 here in the second. Collinsville 0 for 2 on the power play. There's a shot, and Miles Hayden will cover that up. Kind of surprised at the small amount of student body cheering section here tonight, since there's no school tomorrow. But since it is tomorrow is the day before Thanksgiving, there's probably a lot of folks that have already hit the road to go to some other destination for the holiday. I don't have to hit the road very far, just got to go down to Trenton. There's a shot. That one never did quite make it to the goal mouth. And then Baumkamp will send the puck down, then he tries to stop it with his hand on the way back out, can't do it. That puck flies over onto the other side, and that one probably would have been offside if you would have had a video replay. Doesn't matter anyway. Puck comes all the way down. Kitstein, he's trying to outrace Mitchell. And then a sprawling Miles Hayden probably sprawled a little too early, almost gave up a little open net problem there. Here is Kitstein. He's got a partial breakaway. He comes in, and he can't sneak it around over on that far side post. He was being bothered from behind, but a nice play there by Landon Baumkamp. He did everything but commit a penalty there, so Collinsville feeling a little bit frustrated as Mosby goes back with his hands on his helmet. feeling every bit of that frustration. 38.1 seconds left to play here in this second period. I'll tell you what, though, got to give it to Collinsville. I give them a lot of credit because as frustrated as they are, they're not committing stupid penalties. They only had one penalty called against them in last night's game, and so far, no calls against Collinsville here tonight. As that puck comes through the neutral zone, here is Sutton. Sutton takes advantage of a bump. He's over on the far side, throws one in front. Schumacher can't finish, and it comes out front once again. And the Oilers will take over with 15 seconds left. Kitstein makes sure it doesn't stay in the zone very long. Here is Schumacher once again. Schumacher sends the puck over. Shot on goal, never made it, and then Freeman makes a save on the second attempt by Samuel Klein. Klein whiffed on the first opportunity, reloaded, shot it again, and Freeman was there the whole way. Man, oh man. Collinsville's had some opportunities in this game, just can't find the slot to get a goal. 6.1 seconds left to play here in period number 2. Face off over on the far side, shot, and that was saved by Freeman again. Up front, that was tipped in, but wouldn't go in as Hearn got his skate fixed and tipped that one toward the goal, but it just would not find its destination. Collinsville having a hard time getting anything to the final destination. That's going to do it for period number 2. We head to period number 3, and we'll tell you all about period number 3 when we return after this break on the Kahok Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the East Alton Ice Arena, 5-0 in favor of the Oilers of East Alton Wood River. Collinsville out shooting the Oilers 34-10 in this game. They outshot them 20-4 in that second period, but shots on goal is not the determination in winning a game. Goals are, and Collinsville can't buy one right now. Down 5-0. Here is Timmons. Turn around, a little spinorama to Mitchell. They take it in, do the Oilers. Over on the far side, face-off dot. Oilers trying to find someone to center it to. Hits a bunch of skates, comes out for Hearn. Hearn does a nice job poking it through the legs of his defender, and then we'll send it all the way down into the zone. Freeman comes out and will send it back up himself, and back to the neutral zone we go. Here is Kitstein. Kitstein sends the puck over to Simmons, but Simmons couldn't continue with it. Kitstein, he'll find it. He'll send it up across the red line. A little battle for it here in the neutral zone. Then Kitstein will come back and circle in. Send it over to his defensive partner, Jace Ferry. Ferry back over to Kitstein. If Collinsville wants to come back in this game, they're going to have to do it in a hurry. We're down to the final period. 13:01 left to go. Kahawks 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Kahawks have also hit the post a couple of times here in this one. They have done everything they can except find the back of the net. Faceoff comes out to the left of Miles Hayden, won by Collinsville. Kahawks send it back over to the dasher boards, and around the corner it goes and all the way out, and it'll find its way down into the Oilers zone. Collinsville intercepts. Klein throws one up into the slot. Nothing doing there. Here is Duffy. Duffy, he'll turn around, take a shot. That goes wide near side post, comes out the other side. Kitstein all the way back to the younger Kitstein. Here is Sutton. Sutton, he'll send it up. That goes back behind the net as well. Here is Ben Klein. Klein He does a nice job weaving in and out of traffic, sends it back to the line for Sutton. Sutton's shot, that was already earmarked high and wide, and that's the way it stayed. And then over onto the far side here is Anthony Kitstein. Anthony Kitstein gets it out, and then a backhand pass didn't find its destination, but Sutton there to clean up the mess. He'll take a shot. That one, I think, might have hit a part of the body of Freeman, and it comes all the way out. And the other Kitstein, that would be Anthony, will come down and take over, but he lost the puck. And then it goes right into the glove of Miles Hayden. That'll stop the clock with 11:58 left to play here in this third period. Kahawks trailing 5-0. Kahawks have a full week off. They don't play again until next Tuesday night here against the back-to-back defending Mississippi Valley Club Hockey Association champions. That would be the Edwardsville Tigers. Edwardsville, I believe they won again last night, so they're 6-0. Bethalto won again here tonight. They are 8-1 on the year. And here is Schumacher. Schumacher comes in, high slot, lost the puck, and then it comes in, and Schumacher centers it, but no one there wearing the Kahawk colors. Oilers come away with it, and they skate it through the neutral zone. Here is Prater. Prater had that one ripped off of his stick, and then Timmons, who already has a couple of goals here tonight, sends one up to the blue line. Collinsville stops that one from going very far, and they'll send it over to Ferry. Ferry sends it back behind the net. Probably not meaning to. He's trying to send it back over to Carter Simmons. Now Carter Simmons is in a battle with Timmons over there. Simmons against Timmons. Timmons, he's winning that battle so far. Sends it out, high slot, shot, no good. Schumacher pokes at it, trying to find a way to settle it down and get some proper entrance into the zone, but that was not going to happen. Now he's getting another opportunity. He'll send it up, and Lewis will go track it down. Lewis into the corner. Puts on the brakes, turns around, fires one into the slot, no good. And a shot and a save by Freeman once again. And that one was off of the stick of Ben Kitstein. Then in front, poking it is Schumacher. And once again, the Kahawks come up short in their effort to put a goal on the board here in this contest. 10:39 left to play here in this third period. Kahawks out shooting East Alton Wood River right now, 35-11. But the Kahawks have nothing to show for it. Face-off here onto this right side face-off dot. Won by the Oilers. They bank it off the boards, but Collinsville gets there first. Unable to turn around with a shot was David Hearn. Ends up going off the side of the net. And then the Oilers will come up with it over into the far side corner. Banking it off the boards was Logan Quigley. Quigley has a goal here tonight as well. And Collinsville able to keep it in, and then I believe that came out, but referee didn't see it that way. Here is Sutton. Sutton goes in, takes a shot, and swallowed up by DJ Freeman. Freeman has seen a steady diet of shots on goal here this year. Going into last night's game, 326 saves, man. He has seen 359 shots going into last night's game that they lost 11-2, so you know that shot total has climbed up, but the numbers won't be posted probably for a few more days. Here is Parker. Parker turns around and fires one into the faceoff circle that ends up finding Duffy. Duffy sends one up front, no one home to bank it in for Collinsville. And then Parker and Duffy go try to battle it out. Collinsville trying to keep it in. That comes out. And then the Kahawks have to go back and play some defense. Here is Benjamin Klein. Klein sends the puck up, but that only ends up finding the stick of Blumenstock. But Collinsville stays patient with it. And then Duffy all the way back to the line for Sutton. Sutton banks it off the boards back over to Nolan Duffy. Duffy will send one into the slot area, but never did quite make it there. Now here is Ben Klein. Klein will move around a couple of bodies, sends one over to Sutton. Sutton over in the far side corner puts on a move and a shot and a save, and another shot and another save. Sutton stays with it over in the near side corner, gets double teamed, trying to get it back to Kitstein. And now we're going to have a whistle on the play, and we're going to have a penalty coming up against Collinsville. This one is going to go against Evan Sutton, and the Oilers are going to have their first power play of the night. Not what the Kahawks wanted to give them, being down 5-0. And with 9:04 left, the Oilers are going to have the man advantage here. Ethan Frederick, Owen Timmons, and Elijah Rowe all scored in the first period for the Oilers. Timmons again, and Logan Quigley with 2 goals in the second period. That is the 5 goals that are up on the scoreboard here. So far, no scoring here in this third period. And the faceoff, won by Collinsville, but they lose it in some skates, trying to find it back and get it out of the zone, but they did not do that. There's a shot that goes wide over through the blue paint, but over here on this near side, Prater with it now. Back to the blue line we go to Timmons. Timmons, he'll skate around with it, and back over to Prater it goes. Prater with a backhander to Timmons, jumps over his stick. Into the neutral zone it goes. Tracked down there by Bohmkamp. Here is Timmons again. Timmons gets around Lewis. Through the circle at center ice and up into the netting, and that'll stop the clock with 8:19 left to play, 1:16 left to go in the man advantage here for the Oilers. And because it goes into the netting, it'll come back in here in the neutral zone, and this is going to be right below our location. Jerry Hearn on the camera tonight. He is the father of David Hearn, so we appreciate him helping us out here with the camera duties. Kitstein, he takes control of the puck, and he'll send it down to chew up some more of that Oiler power play time. Ends up going back behind the Oilers' net. Collinsville would love a shorthanded goal here, that's for sure. That one popped up off the high glass behind the net. That is the home of the night for DJ Freeman. Simmons trying to track it down. Couldn't do it. Oilers, they continue on the power play. They've got 40 seconds with the man advantage left. They'll backhand it into the zone. Collinsville gets there first. They try to send it out, but Wellborn keeps that one in. And now the puck back into the neutral zone once again. Slide pass over to Bohmkamp. Bohmkamp sends it up to Mitchell. Mitchell off of his stick, comes loose. Ferry finds it for the Kahawks. Jace will skate it out into the neutral zone and up to Lewis. Lewis will float one into the neutral zone. That's gloved down by Prater and then sent back all the way down into the Collinsville end. Kitstein will go back and chase it down. Just a few seconds left on the man advantage here for the Oilers. Here's Lewis. He finds the puck and sends it back into neutral ice, and that's going to do it for the power play for East Alton Wood River. So 0 for 3 on all the power plays here tonight. Collinsville 0 for 2. Oilers 0 for 1. And Oilers, run into their own player. Here is Collinsville. Parker with a shot, no good, and a rebound stayed right out in front. Unable to get it in was Ethan Lewis, and boy, oh boy, the goal drought continues here for the Kahawks. That was their 38th shot on goal, and they have nothing to show for it. 6:48 left to play here in this third period. Face-off over on the far side. Dot won by Collinsville. Comes back to the blue line. Sutton with a shot. That bounces everywhere except, of course, in the back of the net. Here is Klein. Klein wraps around, throws one up front. Trying to hope for a little luck there for Collinsville. Now they do get a little luck. Turnaround shot by Nolan Duffy. I don't think that made it into the goalie. I'm not sure if it did or not. Here is Parker. Parker with a shot. That one does make it to Freeman, and he swallows it up. Much busier week that we have for you next week. Of course, that means that boys basketball gets underway. Girls are already underway. I believe they lost tonight to Oakville out in the Nashville tournament. We have the hockey game here on Tuesday. Girls basketball at Alton on Thursday. And then boys basketball will open Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium next Friday, December the 5th, the home opener against the Alton Redbirds. So I'll be at Alton for the girls game on Thursday and then back at home at Virgil Fletcher for the boys game on Friday. That'll be our first game of the year for boys basketball. We did the season opener for the girls against Cahokia, which Collinsville won. Boys, they will start things off this coming Friday in the Triad Stovetop Classic. They'll take on Muscuda at 6:30, and then they have a pair of games on Saturday. They play Mount Vernon at 2 p.m. and then Triad at 7 p.m. And then Collinsville will go to Rochester on Tuesday before they end up coming home for that game that I'll have for you on Friday against the Alton Redbirds. So 3 games next week. Hockey Tuesday, girls basketball Thursday, boys basketball on Friday. We are always hockey heavy in the month of November while we wait for all the other sports to get going. We've already had a boys bowling match for you. We'll have a girls bowling match coming up later in December. Of course, girls basketball already underway. Boys basketball will get underway this weekend. Back to the blue line we go. Here is Sutton, and a shot and another save by Freeman. That'll stop the clock with 6:19 left to play here in this third period. 5-0 in favor of East Alton Wood River. Both teams came into this contest looking for their first win of the season. And it looks like the Oilers are going to be the ones who do just that, unless Collinsville can find a way to score a goal a minute here. There's Parker trying to wrestle the puck away. That gets knocked into the neutral zone. Comes over. Sutton overskated it. And here comes the Oilers on a breakaway, and a save by Miles Hayden off of the stick of Talon Blumenstock. And that'll keep the game right where it is at 5-0 with 5:57 left to play here in this third period. Face-off will come out to the left side of Miles Hayden. It'll be Timmons versus Ben Kitstein. Timmons comes up with it, takes a shot, saved by Hayden. Comes out here to this near side board, another save by Hayden. He's got a couple of his buddies in front of me to make sure that that puck's not going to go anywhere near the stick of Timmons. Timmons came into this contest with 6 goals, now has 8. Face-off, won by the Oilers. Back to the blue line. Bowman-Camp. Oh, that one. A save by Hayden with the stick, and off of the stick, used it like a ramp, and that shot that puck right up into the netting. And another face-off. This one will come to the right side of young Mr. Miles Hayden, only a sophomore. So he'll be here for a couple more years. Here is Kitstein. Kitstein skates it into the Oilers zone and puts a puck right into the glove of DJ Freeman. I tell you what, this Freeman kid, he's pretty good. Well, they took some time off the clock, so we are now down to 2 minutes to go here in this contest. Face-off, far side face-off circle, won by the Kahawks. Here is Schumacher. Schumacher will throw one up front for Lewis, but it hit a stick belonging to one of the Oilers and never made it to its destination. And now Lewis will try to wrestle it away over there in the corner, but that allows Timmons to come in and pick up the loose puck, while the other two were battling for position. A little one-hand pass to the neutral zone into the Kahawks end. 1:35 left to play here in this one. 5-0 in favor of the Oilers, so Collinsville will end up. Well, a little excuse me goal. And Timmons is going to pick himself up a hat trick. Comes with 1:29 left to play here in the third period, and that makes it 6-0. Not that there was any question who was going to win this game at this point, especially after they took time off the clock, but if you had any question, now you don't. Oh, boy. 1:29 left to go. Parker against Timmons in the center face-off circle. Timmons with a hat trick and looking for a fourth goal, and there it is. Wow. Well, we gave up 5 goals last night to Jackson Albright for Bethalto. Now 4 goals here tonight to Owen Timmons. And that came just 11 seconds after he scored the hat trick. When it rains, it pours, kids. When it rains, it pours. That's what I was told anyway. Off of the glass, or off the boards. Well, Collinsville is going to win the shots on goal department, that's for sure, but they are definitely going to fall short of the goals department as they are down 7-0. We are under a minute to go. And over into this corner it goes to, trapped over there. Referees want the players to work it out themselves. They're not going to blow the whistle. And now it finally comes free. Collinsville will send it back over behind the net. Trying to chase it down is Klein. He overskated it, throws one up front, and that one will come all the way out to the blue line. Here is Simmons. Simmons will send one all the way back around again. Nolan Duffy, he finds it, back to Simmons. Simmons was going to try to wind up for a shot there, and that one comes dangerously close to going in. And then it gets popped up over into the corner. Back to the blue line again. Simmons once again sends it up front. Now Ferry, he'll get an opportunity, and that one's stolen right off of his stick on a nice play there on the defensive side of things by Logan Quigley. That one will come all the way down the ice, and that is just about going to do it here as Hayden will slap that one to his teammate. A high hoister to center ice. The buzzer sounds, and the game is over, and the Oilers will pick up their first win of the season, a 7-0 win over the Kahawks. Collinsville out shooting the Oilers tonight 41-18. That'll take us into our post-game show, brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. We'll come back and wrap this up in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, abbreviated as it might be, as Collinsville loses this one here tonight by a final score of 7-0. Kahawks outshot the Oilers in every period, 14-6 in the first, 20-4 in the second, and then the Oilers actually outshot Collinsville 8-7 in the third period, but all in all, it adds up to Collinsville had 41 shots on goal to 18 for East Alton Wood River, but the Oilers, they were the better team here tonight. 3 goals in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 4 goals of those 7 belong to Owen Timmons. So congratulations to that young man as he scored 4 goals tonight. Collinsville once again 0 for 2 on the power play. They went 0 for 5 last night, so 0 for their last 7 power play opportunities. They only went to the penalty box once tonight, did Collinsville, and that was the only time that East Alton didn't score, was when they had a 5-on-4 advantage. Collinsville also hit a couple of posts here tonight as well. All right, that is going to do it for us. Big thank you to Jerry Hearn once again for running the camera. We are done for this week. We'll be back at you 1 week from tonight here, right at this very rink, 9 p.m. start once again against Edwardsville. Then we have some girls basketball for you at Alton on Thursday, and we will have the boys home opener for their basketball season on Friday of next week against Alton. So, my name is Todd Duke. I wish each and every one of you a very happy Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.